Hey, how are you doing? My name is Courtney Brookins, and I am the author of Flowering Yourself and the co-founder of One Sun, Three Flowers. We are a mother-daughter company who advocates for girls, women, and self-love. Today, I'm coming before you to talk to you on this Sunday about self-care. We're going to have us a little self-care Sunday conversation, if that's okay with you. If you follow me on my Facebook and Instagram platforms, you might have noticed that I posted a tea or a picture with this tea, SelfCare Matters. Behind it, I asked you 5 very reflective questions to help you take with you in establishing your self-care routine. So as I wear this shirt proudly, I am hoping even more so than just wanting it to be a new fashion statement that you all start to embody the ideas of self-care and the importance of incorporating a routine that is essential for your own stability and mental health. So let's go ahead and visit those questions that I listed on my Instagram and Facebook page. We're going to just elaborate a little further. All right, so the first question coming before you is, when do you feel your best? When do you feel your best, guys? What are you doing that's really helping you to feel at your optimal self? Everyone has their own individualized ideas of when they feel their best. And that is something that's very important for you to take note of by yourself. And maybe perhaps it might require you to take moments of self-reflection. For me, I can go ahead and share what makes me feel my best. I feel my best when I take time to meditate, when I take time to really stretch my body and get into yoga poses and positions. I feel my best when I'm consuming a leafy green diet that's consistent and full of broccoli, spinach, kale, chard, greens, all of those collard greens to be specific, all of those things that are really good and help to really boost my adrenaline and my immune system. I also feel my best when I am reading and writing. I feel my best when I spend time outside in nature. I love the warm sun on my face. I love the wind in my hair and on my skin. I love smelling the trees and just the freshness of nature. So when do you feel your best? Are you able to answer that question as explicitly as I am and with as many details? If not, that's okay. That's the whole point of this conversation. Why don't you take some time to note when you're feeling your best? And then when you are having a really on day, write down, jot down, what are the things that you're doing today? What are the things that have happened today that really just have you feeling like your own superhero? Okay, moving on to the next question. What actions can you take to move yourself into a positive direction? So 1 or 2 things might be happening when you're asking yourself this question. 1, you're feeling kind of not so good, or 2, you're feeling good, but you want to get from good to great. There's levels to this. We know that, right? So either thing, take some time to reflect on question number 1. What were the things that you noticed that helped you to feel your best? What were the things that you did that helped you to feel like your best self? And incorporate those things into your day. If you did not start your day off with an established routine, perhaps you want to come in and try to incorporate some of those things that you have not already done and incorporate them into your day. So for instance, for me, I try to be as consistent as possible by starting my day out with a form of meditation to get my spirit right in alignment, and then try to incorporate some of the rest of the things that I mentioned that make me feel really good throughout my day. But every day is not perfect, and some days I certainly do not start off my day as expected, and that my energy is not how I want it to be. So in those moments, I take some time to make sure that I create a space for me to incorporate that self-care regimen. So If I am having a down day or not feeling as bubbly as normal, I will check the gym schedule and see if there's any classes that I want to go to, see if there's an opportunity for me to walk a trail or to be in nature or bike. I'll see if I can take some time to incorporate some yoga positions, maybe get myself a smoothie, maybe just get on a phone call with the best friend, or something as simple as taking a hot bath. And you know what's the greatest thing about that is that if I am not feeling my best at the time I start that process, I really do start to feel better, because now I have something to look forward to in my day. So even if I'm feeling a little blah, a little off-center, now I have something I know that I am going to, in the very near future, incorporate into my day and to help myself to feel much better. Okay, so what can you do to help yourself move into a positive direction? What question are we on? We're on question number 3. How much time do you dedicate to yourself? How much time do you dedicate to yourself? And I don't mean the time that you allot for your relationships or your titles or your commitments. I mean, how much time do you take that is directly aligned to yourself and your personal needs, goals, and mental health, that does not consider anyone else? Now, this is a tricky question, because a lot of times we might feel, well, I'm doing something for my significant other or for my children or for my career, so I'm doing that's essentially for me, right? And to a degree, you may be right, but guess what, guys? There's a yes and no answer, because I am all these different titles and I wear all these different hats, but behind the titles and behind the hats, it still lies a woman who has her specific needs, desires, and goals that are just for the stabilization of my own mental health. So again, how much time do you dedicate to yourself? And what does that even look like? For me, it might be a 30-minute meditation, or 5 minutes of solitude, or getting myself into a quiet space, or sometimes having lunch alone, or after the children are asleep, maybe I'm staying up a little longer just so I can check in with me and see where I am and how I'm feeling about all the different conversations and things that I've done throughout my day. Okay, so keeping up with that question and checking in with yourself. How much time do you dedicate to yourself? Question number 4. We're moving along quickly. Question number 4. What things can or do you do that bring you joy? So going back to when do I feel my best, what things have you specifically noticed that bring you joy? So I've talked about a lot of things that are independent of other people. And so those things bring me joy, some things more so than others. But I want to make note of, when I do this, this makes me happy. When I go here, this makes me happy. When I'm around this person, it makes me happy, because I need to do more of that. Whatever that thing is that's making me happy from day to day, I need to do more of that, because each day of my life should be a joyous occasion. I mean, no, life is not perfect, and certainly there are things that come into our life that are not expected. But what I can try to control is the things that I intentionally incorporate into my day-to-day life and activities and routine to help myself to really feel great. So what things am I doing that bring me joy? And what things are you doing that brings you joy? Okay, question number 5. Oh, we've made it to the end. Question number 5. Do you allot time for yourself daily? This is a yes or a no question. Answer, sorry. Yes or no answer. Do you allot time for yourself daily? Do you daily make time for just you? Again, going back to those hats and those titles, we do so much with and for other people. And honestly, we're in a technology age, so even if I'm not sitting next to someone, which is very rare, but even if I'm not sitting next to someone, there's ways for me to connect. I can be on the phone, I can be on social media, I can be texting, checking emails, okay? yes, you may be sitting in solitude in those spaces, but you're connected to someone else. So I'm asking you, do you make time where you totally detach from the outside world, or even maybe the world within your own home, just to check in with you, just to make sure that you are mentally healthy and happy, and you're aware of your feelings, and you're aware of what you're thinking about, and you're just taking some time to check in on you? Guys, all of these 5 questions are so important, and they're some simple 5 questions. They may be a catalyst for you in your day, your week, or in your life. I want you all to remember that self-care is not selfish. It is essential, and it is the foundation of being able to stabilize your life and your future. My name is Courtney Brookins, and it has been an honor being able to spend some time with you guys today, talking to you about a self-care regimen. If you want to continue to connect with me, at me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, at One Sun, Three Flowers, where you can continue to connect with me, and I'll continue to actively encourage you on your self-care journey. You can also visit my website, www.onesun3flowers. Again, we are a mother-daughter company helping you to bloom into your best self. For more conversations like this, I will see you on Sundays for Self-Care Sundays. And then for those of you wanting to join in the conversation with the girls, we have Mommy and Me dialogues where self-care will be incorporated to some of those conversations as well. So important for us to not only remember our own self-care needs, but we start to pass that information on to our children so that they can be strong and reflective children, and eventually men and women. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of my community, our community. And we look forward to sharing and connecting with you more. Have a wonderful day.